guys, I'm Rae.
And I'm Jason.
And this is a fireside chat with Getaway Couple. Today we're going to be taking a deep dive into what we spent on camping our first full year RVing. Stay tuned. Alright, so what we will be reviewing today is our campground spending from July 2017 to July 2018. In this year period, we made it from California all the way to New York. We had 44 moving days.
Well, most of you know we do have a Thousand Trails membership. This cost breakdown does not include the original purchase price of that. For those of you that are interested, we will be doing a follow-up video and blog post on Thousand Trails for this entire year.
What this video does include is our total campground spending broken out by type of campground and how many nights we stayed in that grouping. I want to be clear that this is what we spent, and we completely understand that campground spending is very personal based on the type of RVer you are. So we're sharing these numbers simply for the newbie RVers or people who are thinking about joining this community. We want to give you a gauge of what you might be spending. We're not here to debate what the right or wrong number is that you should be spending on your campground fees.
Now that we got that out of the way, let's dive into the numbers. Our grand total was $7,525.15. That was spread across 44 different campsites over 365 days, which brought our average nightly rate down to $20.62.
The bulk of our spending was for privately owned campgrounds. We spent a total of $3,939.69. We stayed at 18 different privately owned campgrounds for a total of 118 nights, making our average nightly rate $33.39.
We spent a total of $2,373.12 in KOA campgrounds this year. That was spread across 5 different campgrounds for a total of 52 nights. Our average nightly rate was $45.64. We're not lying when we say KOA is more expensive.
Now you can see the price drop significantly once we get to our discount programs. So our next chunk of money was spent at Thousand Trails Encore Resorts, which are part of our Trails Collection package. We spent a total of $875.04 at Encore Resorts. We stayed at 6 different campgrounds for a total of 50 nights, making our average nightly rate $17.50.
RPI campgrounds are next with a total of $297.30 spent this year. That was distributed across 3 different campgrounds for a total of 20 nights, and our average nightly rate was $14.87.
And last but definitely not least are our Thousand Trails resorts. We stayed at 12 different Thousand Trails campgrounds for 125 nights, spending only $40. And that was actually spent at 1 campground, and that was an additional fee for 50 amp, which makes our average nightly rate 32 cents. In summary, an average nightly rate of $20.62 is not bad. That equals out to about $600 a month. As you could probably tell though, it's really Thousand Trails that saved us from spending more money in campground fees over the year, considering we spent 48% of the year in Thousand Trails and Encore resorts. Honestly, we could have lowered our campground fees even more if we made an effort to stay in Thousand Trails parks more often. I also think that this is good representation as to why we complain about KOAs being so pricey. I mean, here's your proof.
We do want to mention that these numbers are very personal. While you can find cheap or even free parking through boondocking or RV-friendly parking lots, you can also find more expensive camping in beautiful destinations where you're on the beach or where you're in the heart of cities. We feel like these numbers are pretty average because we don't really seek either of those out, and we tend to shy away from places that charge you an arm and a leg just because of the location. However, we have been known to spend a little bit more during events. For example, we spent 2-3 weeks in New Orleans for Mardi Gras, and that cost a pretty penny.
We think this is a pretty good gauge for you to be able to tell if you'll be spending more or less on camping, because we do feel like this is a really middle of the road spending for RVers. So if you're going to be boondocking, chances are you'll be spending less. But if you like your luxury RV parks in prime destinations, you'll probably be spending a little bit more. Also keep in mind that we have a 42-foot fifth wheel, so if your rig is smaller than ours, you will most likely be spending less there as well.
We've broken these numbers out by type of campground, but if you're interested in all the nitty-gritty details, feel free to head to our website where we've made our entire spreadsheet available to you, where it lists the name, the type of campground, the address, and how much we spent, and when we were there.
So head over there to sign up on our website to get that spreadsheet and see where we've been, or feel free to delete all of the information and use it for your own campground tracking purposes. We hope you found this video helpful. Please let us know your thoughts in the comments down below. If you liked this video, please, please, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. It really does help us out. And if you're not part of our getaway gang, I don't know what you're waiting for, but hit that subscribe button and join us. We'll see you next time. Bye, guys. Ready?
Ready.
Oh my god. You're fine?
Yeah, I'm fine. The shadow hides a bunch of my thing.
It doesn't.
You can get free or even cheap camping.
Free or even cheap?
Yeah. While you can find free, we do have a 1,000 Trails membership. That was close.
Alright, so what we will be reviewing today is our...
She really likes that new pillow.
Yeah, she does. Alright, so what we will be... I also think that this is good reference in what this video doesn't... I want to be clear that people considering this lifetime...
What do I say? Are you
Oh, you just sit here. You want to do the next one?
Sure, I mean, if it's not too much of a hassle for you.
I mean, I guess.
Lady and the Tramp. The puppies.
You're the tramp.